Greetings YouTube, it's Scooby-Doo Travels, and today I traveled to Samba Vallarta, which is a resort located a few miles north of Puerto Vallarta. I found this resort to be very difficult to rate. There were so many aspects that I loved, but many amenities are absent, and some of the facilities are in need of renovation. Without further ado, I give Samba Vallarta 3 stingers out of 5. If not for a few things, I wouldn't have hesitated to give them 3.5. Let's dive into this family-friendly resort and see what they have to offer. I'll start with the grounds. Samba is a small resort, so there's not very much area that's landscaped. But what they do have is absolutely beautiful. The bushes and grass are meticulously manicured. My only complaint is that the bushes block the areas that are manicured, and unless you take the time to look, you might otherwise focus on the path. The beach is really nice. There are plenty of lounge chairs and thatched beach umbrellas. I like to walk on the beach in the morning, but I don't typically spend too much time there during the day. All along the beach, not just near Samba, there are areas with small riverbed pebbles. It looks like sand from a distance, but it doesn't interlock like sand. This makes it even harder to walk around. I'm guessing it was put there after a storm eroded some areas. It's a small complaint that's hardly worth noting and doesn't pull down the rating of Samba's grounds. I give the grounds 4 stingers. On to the facilities. The exterior of the buildings are Spanish-inspired with clay-tiled roofs with some accent arches. The clay tiles on the main building appear to be cosmetic because some of it has been damaged and a section of the roof is collapsed. I don't know when this happened, but things like this should be fixed right away. And really, the entire roof should be retiled. There is a multi-use building near the pool. It has a bar and an open seating area that's used for lunch. One night it was used for a wedding reception. The tables are granite topped and the chairs are nice. The DJ for the afternoon music has a spot here as well. The hallways of the main building have red terracotta tile floors. While this is consistent with Spanish influence of the resort, it's not very pleasing to the eye. There is marble flooring in the rooms, the lobby, the restaurant, and the area near the gift shop. Some of it isn't in the greatest shape, especially in the rooms, but high traffic areas have been maintained fairly well. A shined up marble floor is far more pleasing to the eye than tile floor. Why the hall flooring isn't marble is a question I can't answer.
Cheap, cheap, fun, fun!
What doesn't match the Spanish-style architecture are the doors leading to the guest rooms. The doors are finished with a yellowish stain. I would prefer a dark stain and more lighting in the hallways. All of these things add up, and the surface of the resort just seems old to me. So let's go check out the pool. The pool is partitioned off into several distinct areas. Water can flow from one area to another, but people can't without getting out of the pool. I really like the partitions because it kept the kids in the kids section. I prefer not sharing pool water with young children at all, because you can't pee in only part of the pool. At least they were far enough away from me, so I didn't think about it. There's a gym on the property. It has some strength training equipment that looked pretty nice, but there's only one treadmill and it's broken. As long as I don't think about sharing pool water with a toddler in a wet diaper, I give facilities 3.5 stingers. Let's check out the room. I rate the room separately because it's where you spend most of your time. The room was decent, but certainly not luxurious. This is not a high-end resort. We got an empty fridge, a dresser with a TV on it. Rooms can have either a king-size bed or 2 queens from what I've heard. There was a couch that folds out and a table with a couple of chairs. While the fridge was empty, 2 bottles of water are provided each day. We had a balcony, but not all rooms have one. We did have internet access in our room, even though the guy at the front desk said it was only available in the lobby. I'd say the worst part about our room is the bathroom. It just seems sad and old. The counter had stains all over it. There were multiple layers of paint and caulk. I could just feel the age of the faucets when I'm turning them on and off. It's time for a reboot. Oh, not that kind of reboot. Much like the new Ghostbusters, This room is well below standard. At least the AC worked well enough. I give the room 2.5 stingers, and I feel like Santa right now. Moving on, it's time to talk about the staff. Aside from one minor incident, the staff was fantastic. Check-in was very smooth. Salvador and Bruno were the all-stars of our trip, and they made our day every day. Several others were fantastic as well. Thumbs up to Cirillo, Solomon, Christopher, Alex, Martin, and Mesquiel. I actually wrote down more names, but I'm only mentioning the best of the best. I only had one bad experience with the staff, and all I'll mention was that it was about kids running around late at night. From what I can tell, Samba does not have a noise policy or quiet hours. This incident aside, the staff is very motivated, and I give the staff 4 stingers. Keep in mind that we were there during non-peak season, and we tip $1 here and there. So it's not a shocker that the staff was responsive to us. I don't go crazy with tips because I'm not wealthy. I believe the staff makes about $6 a day, not including other compensation like housing. So if you give them $1, they really, really like it. Is anybody getting hungry? I sure am. There is a single buffet restaurant that serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The best part about breakfast was the omelet station, but everything else was typical of a buffet. The food isn't fresh. Thankfully, they served orange juice. A tall glass of OJ helps choke down a cold waffle that can't melt butter. Lunch at the buffet wasn't much to write home about either, but I could usually find something I liked. I get small portions of a lot of different things and go back for more of what I liked. I accidentally ate something called stingray stew one day. There's a lunch buffet near the pool as well. As much as I wanted to like the food at the pool, I didn't. They had pizza. It was old. They had fries. They were cold. They had hamburgers. They were awful. The hot dogs, well, my wife actually liked the hot dogs. They also had nachos and some other stuff. None of it was fresh, even if you got there right when they opened up. I'm not blaming the cooks. I blame management for making the staff leave crappy food out until it's gone. The dinner buffet was much better than lunch for some reason, even though much of the food looked the same. I'm not a fan of buffets, as you can probably tell by now, and we probably should have gone to the reservation restaurants more often. We didn't make reservations because the reservation desk was open for only a few hours each day, and you could only make reservations one day in advance. About halfway through our stay, we found that there are plenty of tables at 6:30 p.m., and we didn't need a reservation at all. The reservation restaurant is actually 2 restaurants in one. The theme alternated between Mexican and Italian each day. So one day it's Mexican, the next day it's Italian, and they actually changed the decor each day. I loved the service at the reservation restaurant. At the Mexican restaurant, I had the ribeye. It was covered in some kind of sauce, which is a shame. A good steak needs nothing but salt, pepper, and olive oil. My wife choked down one bite and left the rest. The Italian restaurant was much better. I had a filet mignon. It was tender and delicious. My wife had linguine, and she loved it. Overall, the quality of the food ranged from awesome to, oh crap, I need to spit this out. I'll give the food 2.5 stingers. There was daily entertainment at the pool that required guest participation. The young man announcing was energetic and made activities at the pool fun to watch, even if the games were a bit cheesy. The evening entertainment was held in a small theater. Somehow I ended up on stage for what was a guest participation mime show. The guy in the funny wig directed our actions without using any words, and we were to act out a simple scene. It was as entertaining as a mime show could possibly be. Another night had a Michael Jackson impersonator. I'll have to keep the music short so I don't get a copyright timeout. This was fun to watch, mainly for the backup dancers. We also went to a karaoke night, but they played mostly Mexican songs. Well, no, they actually played all Mexican songs until we left. We saw a casino night advertised. We did not go to that. Most nights we entertained ourselves. I give entertainment 3 stingers, and I'm being very generous. Overall, I give Samba Vallarta 3 stingers. While the average of the individual ratings is 3.25, I just couldn't justify rounding up to 3.5 because the categories that are most important to me received the lowest scores. Also, there are the little things that are missing. No concierge, no minibar, limited hours for the reservation desk. With that said, Samba is a nice family-oriented resort that's a good value for price-sensitive families. I don't recommend it for couples, however. Well, that's all for now. As always, hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Hit the subscribe button because it's mandatory. Thanks for watching. Scooby-Doo out.